And welcome to the Hall Prison Universe. I am King HP, also known as Father, also known as Mr. Sippable, here with Dora, not the Explorer, also known as D the Machine. And we have a very, very special guest. Some may know her as
A
Boys
face
Protector.
finally, a face for everybody.
Boys Protector has a face. This is true. This is true. Um, you may know her as Boys Protector. You may know her as the fans of the Frumily. Okay. But we have Kira in the building. Please,
What's up?
what an episode to have you on.
I could not miss this one.
Okay, awesome. I I appreciate you. Dora appreciates you.
Mm-hmm.
I know of all the tales that you guys had at the weekend, the get the retreat, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could have, Um, but we have season 4, episode 10, the season finale of season 4. Let me just start by asking, how did you feel about the episode in particular? That's somebody special when you hear that music.
Is that your front door bell?
Yeah.
Of all things, that's crazy. Wait, are you just gonna let him walk in?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Lock it, Charisma. Okay, awesome. So, how did you feel about the episode? We'll go with that first, and we'll start with Kira. Guess first.
I thought the episode was fantastic. I was like screaming at my TV. I was screaming at the characters. I was
Mm.
crying with Christy.
Oh man. Oh man.
Unnecessary death.
I
Unnecessary
just,
death.
yeah, for real
Unnecessary.
though.
Unnecessary death.
That wasn't on my card. She was not on my people I wanted dead. She was very bottom.
Yeah, she really wasn't. And then
list, not the top.
Like, yes, she went out heroic, but at the same time, there was literally no reason for her to die. Because Fatima didn't need her protection.
She ruins everything. She's one of the ruiners. One of the ruiners every time. Fatima.
Not that over there. Yes. Well, Dora, how did you feel about the episode? The finale.
I genuinely loved it. I feel like I know people are gonna say they didn't answer a lot, but they did. Now we know Sophia. Sophia threw them totems in the tree. Okay, so now we know where they spread. If she's like the time starter. Once again, Muriel didn't need to die. But Kenny, time to swoop in, bro. Time to swoop in, Kenny. Let me think. Shout out to Elgin dying. Shout out to painful death. Shout out to him having a painful death. I told you all about Blue Shirt once again since episode 1. Blue Shirt was gonna be evil. I knew there was something going on. Don't say Donna once again. Wasn't Donna. Hopefully, we still got another season. But I feel like there was a lot of fear this episode, and it was unnecessary. Like, I didn't understand the fear from like Patty, from Henry, from
You said you didn't understand the fear?
No, why are you so scared? We've been through so much. We do this, and they just want to give up. They're giving up because the man in yellow's tricking them. Jim would have never done this stuff, and y'all know I hate Jim. Jim would have never.
I will say that Julie's fear frustrated me a lot. Like in previous episodes, and at times Tabitha's fear frustrated me only because like Dora said, like, we've been through this so many times. We've been through similar things so many times, and now it's like crunch time.
So on that note, I will say this, right? I love the episode. Was I anticipating a longer episode, Adam JP? Absolutely. Uh,
Absolutely. I
was
thought
a
it might
little
be
heartbroken
longer.
that it was 49 minutes, but when I watched it, I was like, okay, we're foot on the gas from the opening bell, right? So you
Hmm.
can't take a bathroom break. There's no time. We have to get this tree out the ground. We got to do what we got to do, right? Um, I want to take a point because sometimes I think we mix ourselves in with the audience, and then we mix ourselves in with the cast. And I don't mean cast as like the actual actors. I mean like from the character perspective. Character perspective. I think the fear of the people was perfect. Henry is not used to this. Henry ain't used to this.
Henry's used to
Henry,
being a drunk
Henry,
and
Henry.
alone.
I wouldn't
Yes.
say he was a drunk, but I would say he was a drunk. But like, I don't know how long he's been. Was he doing the drunk thing the whole 40 years? I don't know.
I
Maybe.
think he made a comment like
I think he was that was what made them initially take off. Was
Right.
that.
So then you
when he
have.
was
Go ahead.
sorry, when he was drinking one time, somebody came in and made a comment about him drinking, and he's like, "Well, this is what I do all the time,"
I
Right.
do
or
this. Yeah,
something like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So then to go back to that, then his world is kind of like normal reality, super depressed, right? Because remember, he lost his wife and his two kids in one day and got no answers until one day someone showed up with his son's lunchbox, right?
Hmm.
And then you get into this world, and he's always asked the rhetorical questions. The carousel in the house. Why is there a carousel in here? Then
Hmm.
he was like, where's the pool? Right? Like all these things that we have like is skipped by us for him was normal. Then you got Two Face, oh girl, Harvey Dent.
I
One
wanted
side
her
of her
thrown out
joint,
the car.
one side of her joint
I
is
didn't
cool.
understand. Patty,
The other
literally
side
Patty.
is
What?
awful.
I
Um,
hate when they bring side characters.
Patty,
It's just
Patty
frustrating.
mayonnaise. Um, Patty mayonnaise. I saw something today that I totally agree with, and I got to put it on screen. Whoever created this, we didn't do it, but whoever created this was the utter feeling that should have happened. That
Hmm.
Boyd would have won re-election for sheriff, mayor, president, governor, whatever position he wanted to run for.
Acosta would have used it against him. Like, you just threw her out like that, boy. Like, you didn't care. I
This is
can't
what we
believe
all
you.
wanted. At some point in the show, if you watched it, Patty is not the one you want to put on the field at 4th and inches. So I don't understand
No.
that perspective. Patty, now we talked about Henry's, like I talked about his character versus the audience. We've seen this, we're used to this, but from a character point, Henry ain't used to this. Now let's talk about
Hmm.
Patty. I don't even know how long Patty's been in the town because when Roger
No,
got
because what
killed,
is she doing with the main characters? Why
well,
was she in
well,
the main
well, well,
character
well,
path?
well, from this perspective, right? Just remember this: when Roger died, Boyd said, "Who is this?" So I have to. Why? That's what he said. Remember, he walked in there. My man had the his
Yeah,
things.
he was
He had
like,
the.
not familiar. This was from our town.
He was like,
Like,
"Who
you
the
found
hell
him
is
here?
this?" And it was like, "This is Roger." So as Boyd got introduced to the new monster that was about to happen, we got introduced to him. Patty was not the one to put on the field at 4th and inches. She shouldn't have been at that tree. She should have still been trying to recover photos. I don't know where that group of people that are.
They
You know,
started making the rope
the
stuff.
ladders. That's what
Yes,
Patty
yeah,
needed to
ladder.
be. You need to be. Here's where I think the plan goes crazy. We need people in town ready to hold doors open, talismans up, 5, 6 homes steady. What's we got? We got tea on the stove. Tea. That's where Patty needs to be. And we're taking the tree stump people, and then the people who are going in the cave, which is only 2. Where's the rest of the town? You said there's 47 people.
Because we didn't need the injury reserves for this trip. And
Yeah,
that's
I
who they
don't
took. It didn't make
know.
sense.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, Acosta made sense to me. Um, and she actually like played her
Yeah, she
part.
was
I
like, "Hey,
feel like,
Boyd." Mhm.
yeah. And of
Randall.
course, Randall made sense, 100%.
Randall is
Um,
remember Randall got Sophia at that car. He was like, "Yo, you gotta come along." Blah blah blah. We're gonna ratchet this door off. Like you could tell he's mechanically inclined.
hmm
Mhm.
And Randall don't be caring. Randall saw that red lightning, and he was like, "What the fuck we gonna do?"
what
He
was
said, "We gotta
Bacta
get out
doing
of
there?
here."
Why was
Mhm.
Bacta there?
It didn't. Yeah, why was she not at the diner? Why was Sophia, and fucking Blue Shirt there? What were they doing there?
So this is where we have to charge Boyd for bad leadership. Who he picked to be there is just as important because
hmm
you Kenny should be there,
hmm
Randall should be there.
Randall was
Uh,
there. Yeah.
I do think Acosta she's a trained police officer. Even hey, you're gonna have a gun for this one, all right? I'm putting a gun in your hand.
We're
You
giving
know
you
what
your
I think?
bullets back.
You know what I think it was? He truly didn't want to leave Victor with anybody besides Kenny.
Yeah,
That's
that
where the
makes because they
problem
would
came
kill
in.
him. Because they would
Yeah.
fucking kill him. Yes.
Wait, say that again. He didn't want to leave Victor with anyone but Kenny.
Yeah, it makes
Oh yeah,
sense.
because Victor was tripping.
Like Kenny or Sarah would have made sense because they were
No,
the only people
no,
left in the
no. You
town.
can't leave nobody with Sarah.
Sarah would have been that he too old to be on her list. Honestly, she ain't about to
No,
kill
Boyd.
him.
I
Too
think
old.
Boyd learned
Too
from
old.
Elgin because remember, Boyd was in there hammering hands. He was, we don't get this answer. When he came back, Sarah had every answer, and my man, his eye. Sarah's
Just
willing
a
to go
flesh
to places
wound.
that
A
Boyd,
flesh wound.
but in reality, Sarah goes to places Boyd can't go, doing the things that Boyd won't do, right? Because Boyd wasn't going to do that. Boyd was never going to get those answers. He couldn't. He couldn't bring himself to do it. He was doing the hand thing, which is bad. But was he gonna? Was he gonna be willing? Sarah was willing to kill Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
She would have killed Elgin if it. Oh my gosh, they done got, Kara.
No, don't say that.
Oh, she back, y'all. She back, y'all. Okay, okay. I just got to make sure you wasn't got.
I lost I lost sound and I couldn't get it back, so I had to refresh the page.
Okay, I'm just checking because we got to check on our people, y'all. Check on your people. I just watched some people. You know what I mean? Woo. But no, Sarah is not someone I would leave Victor with under no pretense.
From who was left, it was either Kenny or Sarah. And Fatima was already at the clinic with
Nah, Donna's a good
Mariel.
one.
Donna got to stay at the
Donna had the
house.
kids.
Yeah,
Donna
she
can
had the
take.
kid. Remember?
Victor's a kid. He's a
I mean,
huge one.
that's true.
He's
Yes, you're
childlike
right.
in his mentality.
And at the camp, they said that if anybody is a mom in that town to Victor, it's Donna and not Tabitha.
Mm. That's super heavy hitting because Tabitha hasn't been a good mom to anyone. This whole 4 seasons,
Mm.
she has been an example of what not to do to parents.
Maybe she was the
pregnant
oldest
with their
daughter,
child.
okay? She didn't want to be a parent anymore, okay?
Maybe you're right. You might be right, but I think when we talk about Victor, and Victor had to be. So let me ask this question now, right? Victor told us last week he's going to try to stop you from cutting down the bottle tree. He was unsuccessful. These guys were able to uproot the bottle tree. What new do you think you should have listened? If you were Boyd, if you were Boyd's protector, if you were Boyd, would you have listened to Victor? And if so, why? If not, why not? You have Jade's vision of shrooms that said we got to do this, and then you have Victor, the oldest member of the town, saying no, don't do that.
I don't think they had time to listen to Victor, honestly.
Yeah, I could be biased because I'm Floyd's number one
Mhm.
protector. But I just feel like in the moment, because Victor has not been forthcoming, and like every time something new happens, we realize Victor knew already. That
Yeah,
that
he
I
just
feel like,
forgot.
yeah, I feel like that's like kind of a big reason why Boy was like, no, we're gonna go with this plan. But
Right.
also in
That's
the
great,
same,
but no.
right, but and also in the same token, like now he is literally scared for his child's life. And even if, even, Fatima, he kind of looks at as his daughter. He's scared for like his children's lives, and he feels like they're going to be in danger right now. So like Dora was saying, I don't think he felt like he had the time to listen to Victor. If it
Mm,
wasn't like an imminent threat coming at any moment, I think he actually would have listened to Victor a little more.
Hmm.
okay. Dora, I gotta throw that same thing to you. You might agree with her, you might disagree, you might have some nuances that are slightly, different. Who are you? If you're in charge, you got all of our lives at stake. You got Jade and his mushroom trip,
We're gonna have to go with
reincarnation.
Jade. Like, Victor, you're freaking out right now. We don't have time. We don't got time for a freak out person. Like, Patty, get her face out the van. You can't listen to the panicky people at that time. And Victor started panicking. So we couldn't listen to him anymore.
Whenever
Like
someone brings up
Victor.
Patty tonight, this picture is
Because
going up. Whoever did
let me
this,
tell you, Henry getting drunk really re-traumatized Victor for real, for real.
Hmm.
He changed. Y'all, he
And
showed us why he had that gun, okay? Victor had his gap for a reason. He
y'all know
almost
what
had
I
to use
keep
it on
thinking
his
about?
daddy, okay? Yep.
And I don't know the wording because it's been a while since I've seen this particular episode. But he was a blemish on the town when Tabitha found him. Like he had never made any friends. Everybody still
mm,
hated him. They thought he killed his family. And I know a lot of times when stuff happens, people always think the husband killed their family. But I feel like you're gonna have somebody in your life that's like, bro, I know you didn't do that.
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel like he made a comment. Like I know he said he was at work when they left, but I also feel like he made a comment that she was upset with him when her and the kids were gone.
Who? Tabitha?
No, his wife, Miranda.
Oh, he knew, yeah, because he knew that she was mad because he had talked about after they did the drugs, she never came back, but also Henry was like such a terrible drunk that was the part of why she tried to leave. Like, that's why they
Hmm.
drove off that night, was because she was pretty
Mm,
much tired of that. Well, obviously also she was going to the town. But a key part was that he was a drunk and he was traumatizing everybody and treating them
And
like shit. So
wow.
also, I'm having this live thing that JG88 Prods. I know his
the
name now. That he did
director. Mhm.
on Reddit, and people were saying like, how could Jade and Tabitha be the only two people connected, and this, and that. And he was saying that the one thing that everyone has in common who's ever entered the town for whatever reason is they were all at some kind of crossroads in their life.
Mhm.
So you think
Mm,
about, he he was ma- she was mad at him. He was at work. He was already a drunk. She was considering leaving him and got in a
Mhm.
car and took a trip. She was at a crossroads
Yes.
in her life.
Mhm.
Um, the Matthews family was going on a trip because they were getting a divorce.
yes.
They were at a crossroads in their life.
I just feel like they let Henry live because Jim died. Because they can,
Hmm.
maybe she can only have like two husbands at one time, and
I
it was
think
getting a
Henry
little
is.
full.
I think Henry's done for in season 5, though.
Because he wasn't even supposed to be there. I don't think Henry was supposed to be there at all. Just like Jim, I don't ever think Jim was supposed to be there either. That's why he had to die, because they weren't supposed
So
to be there.
here's why I think Jim and Henry were both there. The town realized, number one, that Jim was a psychopath and would never do what they wanted. So the man in yellow had to off him. But like Henry, being the person that he is, which we didn't really know at the time, was going to be susceptible to the BS that the man in yellow in the town was going to put in his head, and they need someone to complete the ritual. And he is still a parent of a kid in Fromville.
Mhm.
And I believe that the only way the ritual is complete, not just having anybody kill the kid, but like a descendant
Parent,
has to kill the kid or their parent has
their
to kill
parent.
them. Right.
Mhm.
It's so going back to what they said, it was like the children were sacrificed by the people they loved. Victor talked about that one time, the people that love them or whatever, the parents, which what we thought initially. Sometimes we're looking at the monster like, how could that one be a parent? That old lady, definitely, maybe the grandparent, right? So
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Victor, if Jade has this thing, Jade's never been killed by a monster. We found that a couple episodes back. I think with Victor being this anchor being, there's certain like rules or regulations that go for that, and he needs to be sacrificed because he's a kid, right? Kids either get killed by the monster, which we saw in the very first episode, very first 5 minutes. Megan, I think her name was, right? She was killed by
Mm-hmm.
a monster, the old lady at the window.
Mhm.
Victor survived the monsters for years, 40 years. And remember, he did it without talismans for like the first 35 of those years,
Mm-hmm.
36 of those years. So very interesting. His dad had to be brought back for that reason. Like maybe we need somebody to off him.
Mm-hmm.
Victor has been through the caves and we couldn't kill him. Uh, Victor knows a lot, and he may complete that thing. Two, he's a child product of Miranda. Miranda is very
Mhm.
special because all the children of Miranda are very and Jade, but Miranda's the only one who seems to have kids here. They seem to be very special. Ethan, I don't know, but he seems to be able to tell what's going on because he told him about the story walking. He talks about the Chromonacle, and all these things are
Mhm.
intrinsically tied to the story. Julie, time walking. Before that, it was Victor and Eloise. I don't know if Eloise had any abilities. We'll never know, I guess. But Victor has seen it all. And I think Victor needs a special type of death. I think Victor is a guy they should have listened to. And we found out at the very end, the boy in white kind of confirmed it with his conversation with the man in yellow as they were walking. Hey, they got the bones. She says, yeah, but they don't have the bottle tree. So
Mm-hmm.
something with those bones and the bottle tree has to happen. And what that
I
is,
bel I believe that Tabitha and Jade was supposed to walk through the bottle tree with those bones and end up maybe at the lighthouse again
Mhm.
or just somewhere so that they're not in Fromville or in the cave at least with the monsters. You know what I mean?
right.
But
Mhm.
so I think that there could possibly be a little bit of significance with them uprooting the tree and not chopping it.
I think that same significance is based on how everyone gets there. Like everybody sees a tree that's fallen over, but no tree is chopped.
Right.
They're all uprooted. And because Fromville is a loop, like we found out with Julie, like did Julie go back in time and throw the rope to Boyd, or was she present in current time because the rope came down?
Throwing it to
Right.
him.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
what
like,
I kind of get confused of sometimes, like when Julie's upset, is if it's Julie from the right timeline. Because I feel like, what if it's Julie's just coming in at certain times, not realizing, like, oh, I'm supposed to be mad about this. I'm not supposed to be mad about that. I already know this. I don't know that. Because we never really see we don't know how many times she's gone over there. We don't even know when she's come back. So I just often wonder, like, is that why Julie, like, sometimes where it gets confusing because us as an audience is like, girl, we've seen you go through the ruins. We know you've seen all this shit. So why are you sitting there trying to make your mama feel crazy about stuff that you know? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
you know this. So, like, you trying to protect your mom from it does nothing because we need your mom to remember this. We don't need you to be doing this shit right now. So,
Adam JP, there is more than one bottle tree in From.
Yeah.
We have seen that there is more than one bottle tree. I just don't know if every bottle tree is a faraway tree.
The thing is, unless there's some type of interconnected root system that we don't know about, that's the only tree that the children put their hopes into.
Yes.
mhm.
Yeah. I don't forget this too. With that being said, we've seen Jade. No, I'm sorry. I'm lying. Boyd. Boyd and Sarah walked through the forest and got to the lighthouse. They almost got to the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible to cut through the forest. It just seems like that's the harder route.
Mhm.
And oh Lord. I definitely think that they could do that. And that might be a thing in season 5 where they say, hey, we have to go to the forest. Because remember this, the talismans are gone. But we don't know
Mhm.
all of them gone.
So
No, there's one.
Boyd's number one protector here. Where's the one that he keeps in his pocket?
There should be 2 that are still out and about.
What
One
about
in
the
the cave.
She didn't get the one from Colony House. I don't think she ever went back to Colony House.
She didn't, but remember, old girl came up with the bag.
Oh yeah, blue shirt went around the town.
Yeah, but there's
too. I
also
forgot.
one in the basement of Colony House that she doesn't know about.
Oh yeah, Big Blue don't know about that
But
one.
here's another thing. In the tunnels, they took a talisman.
Oh yeah.
So they put it up, they ripped down the curtain. If they can get that talisman, they got one. I don't know if they want to go back down there or on their way out. I don't know if they're going to run by it again. And Boyd usually always does have one on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've seen this on multiple occasions. So it should not be all the talismans.
Also,
but,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Either Julie or Tabitha. Oh, that's the one that they put in the cave. So the one from the Matthews house is the one in the cave?
I don't know which. I'd have to rewatch that episode very specifically, or probably the episode before, to be honest, and see
Because
where
first Julie had it, and then Tabitha used it to help convince Boyd that she should be the one to go in the cave because she showed him the 2 people on it and said, that's me and Jade. So now I'm like, she either still has it or that's the one in the caves.
I hope the show pulls the twist that she still has it, because that means everybody, 47 people or 45 now, have to cram into one place.
Yeah. They're all gonna have to
Well, one of my
live
friends
where
said,
I
don't
would
forget,
never live.
Julie also took a talisman at some point. She did, didn't she? Didn't Julie
She
take one
did,
at
but
some
I
point?
think that's the one that Tabitha had.
That she took, that she put back?
Yeah, because she like took it down just to say like, well, what's the meaning of this? If you don't know it, then it's all a lie or whatever. But I think she put it back.
Because they didn't go back to the house, remember? They're not at the house right now. Because they took one of the talismans. They took their talisman, I think. I think that's the one that Tabitha took down into the tunnels.
Okay.
Was the one from the house. Because that was the point of leaving the kids at Colony House with Donna at first. With Donna for this time around.
Oh, yeah, when she lied and said, this is where you'll be the safest.
That was crazy.
Which is honestly true now, because that's the only place that has the talisman now.
Where?
Is the cave one in the Colony House, under Colony House. They're the only ones with a talisman now. Because it's by that bottom door, which all that matters is it's by a door in Colony
hanging
House.
Up. Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I think.
Why not? It's by a door.
If it's by one door, I think there's certain like Oh my gosh, how far off? Like in the colony house, there's levels, and I think if you put the bottom, like there's one in the basement, I think they can come in on the top, and but they can't get to the basement. You see what I'm saying? Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it just locks up the whole house unless you put it at the front door. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because going back to season, I think it was season one, right? When the colony, when that cornball dude was talking to the one monster, he opened up the second floor window. They still had the talisman up, and they all came in through that second floor window, and then they opened the door to get out of that room, and they traversed the whole house. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a door that's closed, so they should have never been able to open that door to go into the colony house. They could have gotten to that room to the and remember the 80 boy. They ate his tongue and all that. But being that the door was closed that he was in, and the colony house has a talisman up, they shouldn't have been able to open that door, technically speaking. But they were on a different level of the house. Y'all don't remember? Y'all do remember? Y'all remember?
No, what?
I'm
That's the
thinking
only reason I say I
about.
think levels matter because when they came in through the window. Talisman was up at the front door. Remember, the whole house was chilling. It was because then the girl came in that room and they told her to shh. She had spit old boy's tongue back out. She didn't even like it
Shut
taste
up.
it. He had that nasty breath. They don't, they don't be
Well, that was
watching.
because they opened the window, though. If you don't open nothing, then technically you guys are fine. I
No,
feel
okay.
like,
So in that room, the boy did not want everybody to know that he was okay. Let me give you like Adam. All right, this is where I'm saying go to when Fatima and Ellis in season 2 get trapped in that
mhm.
front room of the colony house. All the doors are closed and they hang it. And remember, the monsters are in the house, but they can't get into that front foyer. Do you remember?
Oh, the foyer area. Yeah, because they closed
Yes.
both sides.
They closed both
Okay.
sides and they were trapped in like a 8 by 10
In this,
foyer
yes.
and they stayed in it, right? But the monsters were all coming through, but because they had the doors closed and they're all on one level right there, the monsters could not get in. Now, in that same episode, on the second level of that home, Buddy opens the window, but his room door is closed because he didn't want everyone to know he was talking to the monster. They came in, they opened the door and were able to traverse the house. I think there's a certain range or distance or something where those talismans work. So if you have one hanging in the basement,
Huh? Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry.
I was like, I don't want to have to go back
Sorry,
all the way.
I thought my daughter was knocking to say.
No, I just think there's a range to it because when Fatima and Ellis did it and they were in that 4x4 room and the monsters were already in the house, they closed the doors, they closed the doors, they closed the doors, they hung a talisman, boom, they couldn't get in. But that talisman was hanging up. Buddy had his room door closed. The monsters opened it and traversed the house, and there was no problem. So I think you gotta, if you have a big colony house, I think you have to have multiples, one almost on each floor. I think I could be wrong. Adam JP, see if
No,
you
I
help me
think
out
it's
on this.
just because no, it's because just like anything else, they always tell you to close the windows. Like in Megan's house, the only reason like it mattered that they didn't have a talisman up there was because she opened the window. If she hadn't opened the window, the house would have still been protected on the second floor. It's just if you let them in like vampires.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because yeah,
Whew.
I think it's literally just the fact that he opened the window for her that it broke that whole thing where you have to go back into another enclosed space to keep that one going.
I hated that dude for that for like a week straight, 2 weeks.
Because you got 85 people killed, bro.
Worst thing that could ever happen. Because she was like putting flowers down and whatnot. Question. Producers, they say the answers are in the first season. As we go into season 5, do you feel like there are certain people that have an advantage because they were pre-talisman. Let me give you some examples. Donna, right? Donna is a pre-talisman person, and if you look at her time, she was disappeared in 2018. The Matthews Family starts season one, episode one, and that's 2022. So Donna does almost a full 4 years, about three and a half, 3 and 3/4 of years with no talisman. And every single night, she has to run, hide. There's Fatima, 220. Oh, man, rest in peace to Fatima. Salute. It's so hard to say goodbye.
Just transformed. She's not dead, okay? She's
How
just
do you,
Like
she's
we're,
still there.
I feel like we're in new territory because these other monsters supposedly were turned directly by the curse. She was turned by giving birth. I feel like there's going to be a little nuance here because she seemed to control when she turned into one of them, and she was able to use the scream not being transformed.
mm,
So maybe she's going to actually have some powers that they don't.
Which is maybe shifting back and forth, like
Hmm.
Smiley does.
Like
mm.
maybe, like it's either going to be. I feel like it'll be something like if she transforms at night, she has to stay that way until the daytime. But during the day, she can come back out.
Does Ellis try to kiss her, knowing that her whole face?
Poor Ellis losing the only wife. He was such a good husband, and he got to lose his wife's.
He tried. He tried to save her too, even after she turned.
He would have kissed her too with that
He
face.
would have, yeah, he would have had sexual relations with her right there. Yeah, screaming
Oh,
while she
that
was
was.
screaming with that face. Yep.
Oh,
Hmm.
yikes! That is horrible. I listen. I
Just saying. You think that face? No, that face wasn't gonna stop love. He was just scream too, screaming together. You know.
man, salute to Fatima, man.
I think that she knew this entire episode that that was going to happen. I want to say two things about Fatima. One, I think like even while she was saying to Marielle, like, what's wrong with me? Like, what are y'all hiding from me? She might not have known specifically what they were hiding, but she knew that it was pertaining to her turning into a monster. Like,
You think so?
I feel like she felt it coming slowly and started to figure it out
That's why she said,
because
"Take me to the caves for sure."
mhm, that's why she wanted to go down there. She knew already what she was gonna do. Like I was looking at her face when Boyd was like, "All right, if anything happens, you run." I'm like, she
Mm,
was not. She ain't even try to pay attention to him saying that because she knew that wasn't a part of her plan.
Hmm.
Now,
Shit,
the
I don't give a
second
fuck about
thing,
none of y'all. I'm going in the caves. Sorry, you're
because you
leaving
know
me there.
she of course loves her husband, but she loves Boyd. She loved him as the sheriff, and now she loves him as a father-in-law. So if she can do something to protect him, I know she's gonna want to. But the
dang.
second thing I want to say about her is a lot of people were complaining about her stupid, ugly golem that she made,
Let's talk
saying
Hmm.
about
that saying that it was stupid and useless and this and that. I have been saying from the family account, I don't feel it was useless because
Mm-mm.
everything that she did prepared her for what she did in this finale.
it. Mm,
She told us all. She told us all when she told Ellis, I need to do this so that I can make myself feel comfortable again. So I can feel comfortable in my skin. So I don't have to
Yeah.
like be scared all the time. Like she needed to do that for herself so that she could move forward with whatever happened.
mm, okay. I agree with you. I just hate that I have to because you're right.
Hmm.
I think it did prep her for this, and it put her in a position where she could she was coming to grips with things. She knew something
Hmm.
wasn't right. She couldn't put her finger on it, but ultimately, she knew. She knew something. She knows what she's feeling because she was like, "Look, I could see." It was like I was there. Like she knew
Hmm.
things that she just could
Mhm.
not articulate to that regular person, Boyd specifically.
So this
Um,
makes me wonder, are they all connected to each other like that? Or is it just her because she's mother?
That's what I said last time. I was like, I wonder if like they can all see what everyone is seeing. Like they have to be able to, because if she can see what he's seeing, like even if she can't see like everyone else's eyes, she can at least see his to see where everyone else is at in the cave.
Oh, I'm
You know, like
100% convinced that he went to the clinic because he specifically knew she was there.
yeah, he saw she was there. He could see she
mm.
was there. That's why I
Hmm.
was like, close your eyes, close your eyes. And we were watching, I was like,
Right,
Fatima,
yeah.
just close them. Go get out of the cave and close your eyes. The fuck guide her around. Cause
There's a lot of good quotes and things that came out of this. I think. Um, is there any scene or any string of events that you feel like were your favorite, or that you feel like we need to rewatch for purposes of going into season 5? It could be either or.
Mm, favorite scene.
Like was
You
Eldon
know,
dying in anybody's list of like?
I knew that was gonna
yes,
happen.
absolutely. Yeah, that was key, a key death. That was the one I actually wanted. I was like, oh, this is great and bloody. He deserves it. Yes.
So
He
many
But
deserves
things
it.
Muriel, no.
happened. Like so many things happened in this episode. That's why I just don't get people online like, oh, another episode where nothing happened. So many freaking
Pe-
things happened in this episode.
People online who do that, right? You have to be like, hey, write me a novella, write me like a 5-page story of something, and
Because how
develop
did you miss so
character,
much? Mm-hmm.
because a lot has happened. And I get the filler episodes too, but if you're not paying attention, some of these are not just filler, they're very key components to a lot of
Hmm.
things in character art. Like I did see online, people were upset about Marielle's death. And they're like, oh, why would you? I thought she was more important than that, and blah, blah, blah. Listen, we have no idea how this is about to impact Chrissy's story.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
That's Chrissy's
Not
wife.
at all.
This is very, it's just like asking, well, why did Abby die? Abby didn't, right? Look how that has impacted Boyd and changed his decision making.
Hmm.
And so Mary Marielle's death, even though she was one of the 4 people that got strung up, right? It was her, uh,
Julie.
Julie, Randall, and no, it's 3.
Oh
Was it
yeah,
3?
and Martin, if you count Martin.
Martin, if not Martin. But here's another thing: when people want to talk about throwaway characters, right? Remember people started dying in the day that had the cicada effect. Do you remember the
Hmm.
one woman? She died during the day, and Buddy was like, "Oh my god!" He freaked out to the point because Boyd was like, "No one goes to sleep," and he started freaking out to the
Yes.
point he shot Boyd. Where's that? Like, where's the outrage for that? Right? Where's the people have character arcs, and you have to. Everyone's shoe size ain't the same. Everyone can't
Hmm.
wear a 12 and be an Air
Mm-mm.
Jordan. Some people are a size 6 Payless shoe. Some people are a Reebok 8. Some people are, you know what I mean? So one, old girl Patty, we don't know what her shoe size is or whatever. She should have never been out there. But as far as like Marielle goes, she served her purpose and she did a great job.
Hmm.
Things she was also
Mm-hmm.
there in her final moments so we could learn certain things and also to develop Chrissy because Chrissy hasn't been like she was in the first 2 seasons, especially season 1. She was the only doctor. She was the doctor. Marielle came and kind of like, okay, now you got an assistant, and it just happens to be your wife. Kenny got pushed to the outskirts, right? Kenny
Hmm.
started hitting on the man in yellow, not knowing how sinister that crap was, right? Like, and she's underage, but she's older than him. But that's neither here nor there. Chrissy is about to. I don't want to say she's gonna die next, but
I
I
Is
wanted
she
don't
Diggin
gonna
think
to.
is
unless
she
we
gonna want
find
to
a
still do
doctor, I
medicine?
don't think we're gonna lose. I don't think we'll lose Christy unless we get another doctor or
I think we
something
lose
close,
Christy.
especially with Muriel
I
being gone.
that's exactly what I think we get is the loss of the doctor. And people are like, yo, we have to fix them. I can't fix them, boy. You fix them. You
Mm,
patch them up. It was your idea to pull the root. It was your idea to pull the tree. I think we get this version of Christy that someone's gonna have to reel her back in. Because she's the only doctor. Her significance to the town is unmatched.
so I want to dig into something else that wasn't really said to the public, but at the camp.
Are we getting exclusive? Hold on.
Shut
Hold
up.
on. I gotta
Zoom in, make her big, make her
yeah,
big.
we gotta, what I mean? I know my place. You
So
gotta tell me.
Chloe was asked a question by a fan at the camp, and I don't remember the specific question, but I do remember her response. And she was saying that there's certain things you're not going to catch Christy believing in that other people believe in, and there's certain things you're not going to catch Christy being susceptible to that a lot of the other people are, because Christy is holding on to her sanity for dear life. And
Mm,
she has been the one person in town to stay rooted in like her reality from like I'm the doctor and I live at the clinic and like her how does she put it? The decisions that she's made and the life that she lives in Fromville are all set up by her so that she can keep this composure that we see in Christy and keep like the voice of reason that she tries to be sometimes. And then she said, because what's going to happen if the doctor loses it?
that'll be worse than what Boyd loses, to be honest. Because she's patched everybody up. Remember old
Mhm.
face? Remember Harvey Two Face?
That lady shouldn't even be alive. And Christy somehow,
Yeah, kicked her out the van for sure.
hmm
Y'all know my rule.
yeah,
We got we got, what I mean? Whenever this comes up, this has to be played. This is what Boyd should have done, y'all. We all agree. You all agree.
absolutely. Oh, she was getting on my nerves so bad. Um, I beg again.
Sorry. I'm laughing at something. I'm so sorry. It's so good. Sorry.
Um, I'm trying to think of some other words of wisdom she dropped on us. I want to say, like last year, they asked questions that were like worth recording and worth remembering. And there weren't like very many interesting questions like that. So I have to think about like the
They asked the wrong
private
people questions.
conversations.
That's
They
why.
did. Like, it just, that's a whole nother subject. But um Christy is very much stabilizing herself off of trying to stay as true to the real reality as possible, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. I think Marielle um created a more solid concrete foundation tonight
Mm-hmm.
when she stated that to Fatima about their roles. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if people, got that or saw that, but that she was like, we're here so we don't lose our shit. Now she's dead. And the person
Mm-hmm.
who believed that more, because we saw that there's a hierarchy between, even though they're lovers and they're married, there's a hierarchy between Marielle and Christy. And Christy just lost. Yeah, she lost her assistant. So what? She lost her wife. She lost her ace boom coon, her right hand man. So
Absolutely.
Shout out
that
to Chloe for
hierarchy,
her performance in this episode. She did her thing.
Mm.
Um, I, we've never seen Christy quite the way we've seen Christy in this episode.
No, we've never seen her. I mean, we've seen her break, but we haven't seen her broken. And that's what she's going to
Hmm.
be moving forward is broken. The same
Bro.
way that they, yeah, the same way they broke Kenny, same way they've broken
Hmm.
Boyd. Like, she was literally the last one left, honestly, that needed to be broken. Because Henry
Yeah.
over there about to shoot his son. So that was a whole different level of
Oh
dynamic they
man.
added with that. So,
That was nuts. That was nuts. Salute to Victor. Victor out here looking like Victor Ortiz putting paws on his pop. I mean, I was a little bit amazed because Victor, I get I get his dad being like he spent 40 years in the outside world and then he gets these visions of the outside world. The reason why I'm mad at his dad is because you were out on the outside world. These visions don't align to what you did for 40 years out in the outside. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Hmm.
align with that. So it's like I don't understand how you don't see because now you got three lives, right? You got the I was in a coma. Dang, Eloise. Eloise is here. Wait a second. So what have I been doing for 40? Bro, what? No. No, this don't even align. So I don't get it. But I do get it could play tricks on you.
I think if Eloise had come back the way they just didn't use Eloise. If they had actually shown Henry Eloise, he would have definitely shot Victor real
Oh
quick,
yeah.
quick.
Yeah, yeah.
If he had
Yeah.
seen an Eloise, like to know that she was alive outside of this, that would have made him go, "Oh, time to shoot him. Everyone's dying today."
Or
So,
even Miranda,
Mm.
because
Mm.
Miranda's the one he was calling out to when he really was tripping.
mhm.
Miranda.
Oh gosh. They'd have had man, listen. Yikes on bikes, my friend. Yikes on
That was
bikes.
his wife. His wife, okay.
Man, I can't tell y'all how I was going off on him when he had that gun pointing at Victor. And then like when Ethan walked in, I just screamed. I was like, I really thought Ethan was done for.
I need Ethan to get murked. I'm tired of Ethan. I can't
He
stand
already
it.
died, guys. He's been dead. Remember his leg? He story walked. He got stabbed through first episode.
He's too
I hope
important to
that's
the
true because
story.
I thought that was a possibility too. Where Vinny at? Vinny hasn't entered the chat. People say they can't watch the stream because my hoodie has me looking like a lightning bug.
Oh my gosh, you don't even look that dark.
Tell y'all something. This neon hoodie over here with my highlighter to match and chaps. Oh, this is the wrong chapstick. Well, whatever. I don't know where. There it is. Bong. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of talent to put all this together to coordinate. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it's a pink neon on the inside. Anyway, we're not doing all that. Um, I have a couple more questions and then to each his own. Um, so now we know the boy in white is actually a legitimate good voice. He's in rival with the man in yellow. He even
I don't
said,
think that
Are they?
necessarily
They
makes
ain't
him good.
cousins? They look like cousins. I
I
don't
don't think
know.
that necessarily makes him good. I think it just makes
Mm.
him,
The lesser of the two evils, maybe.
yes, for now.
mm, you don't think he's good?
I'm still indifferent towards him. Like I know that I think online they were trying to say like maybe he doesn't talk because he's already like been screwed over by the man in yellow, like him thinking it was someone else when it wasn't them. But like I don't know. I don't think that should make the boy in white like stop giving people like conversation or real like idea. Because how are we supposed to fill in the blanks of your tips and tricks that you're giving us when we've never been here? Like it makes
Hmm.
no fucking sense. Like great. But Tabitha don't remember nothing. Victor don't remember nothing. Neither did Jade. So unless
Mm.
you're yelling on Cooey, remember, like, it's useless for these situations to happen, honestly.
Not
At
on
this
Cooey. I'm
point,
gonna do that at
like
work. On Cooey, they're gonna be like, "You're fired."
at
I'm
this
like,
point, the only way his behavior is acceptable, this gentleman in white, is if we find out that him giving too much information to our
Someone
townspeople
else.
would be looked at as like cheating by the man in yellow, and then he maybe would have like kicked shit up 3 notches.
I would agree with you on that. Except the man in
Mhm.
yellow uses people with bargains. Why can't the
He
man
be
boy in
cheating.
white?
Yeah, exactly. How come he gets to cheat?
The boy in white should be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, you want to bargain with people?"
Right.
Telling them they gonna go home and they ain't going nowhere.
But maybe
Boy
he's
in
pissed
yellow, boy
off
in white.
that
What if there is a
he
boy in yellow?
look, maybe he's pissed off that he hid Victor from him for freaking 30 years or however long.
Or but the
That could
boy
make
in
sense
white
too.
also sent someone home, like legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
Like the man in yellow promises those things. He told Clara that he has now offered it to Elgin, and we have no evidence that he ever sent someone home. The boy in white actually sent Tabitha back to the real world, and she came back
That's
with
true.
real people.
That's true. But she also came back with someone who could complete the ritual by killing Victor.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Because she can't do it no more because she ain't his mama no more.
What
She's in
about
a whole
Acosta
different
then?
body now.
You think Acosta's role is even bigger then, since if Victor's role is based on not based on, but Henry has a there's a part to play there, and Tabitha brought her in. She brought two other people that were killed immediately, and then Acosta. And Acosta is talking to Boyd, and Boyd even told her in that cellar, "You remind me of someone that I couldn't help."
Mm-hmm. She's there to distract
Mhm.
Boyd.
Oh, don't say
I
that.
like that because that's the only thing that makes sense. You look like his wife. Well, fuck it, close enough.
Look
Get
and
in
act
there.
like.
Oh, true. Act is the big thing for sure. Acting.
Mm-hmm.
When the cat's away, the mice will play. That's all I'll say. I hear them. They're like running around playing Sonic the Hedgehog when they should be in bed. So then let me ask this question. As the episode ends, um, the boy in white says, they have the bones, which obviously, right? Something big. The man in yellow, as Sophia's replies, but they don't have the far away tree. They don't have the bottle tree. Then
Hmm.
she proceeds to pour all what we think are all the talismans down that another faraway tree. I think that is
Where did Boyd
Um,
find the talismans again? I don't remember.
in some random hut, all together in one place.
yeah.
Like he entered this little hut to get away from the monsters, and
Oh yeah,
all
that weird tree thing. Yeah, and they were
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just like
all the
put up
talismans were
in
stuck
like
in there.
yeah, they were all put up in there, which was weird. Because we've never
So
gone back to that. He's never gone back. No one's gone back to that tree actually.
to answer our question, yes, I do think they're all faraway trees because Boyd and Sarah didn't make it all the way back to the bottle tree when he got stuck with Martin.
No.
They were out there by the lighthouse when they jumped in a tree.
Hmm.
Hmm.
There's
Which they
multiple
had gotten
faraway trees,
dragged there
and there's at
too.
least two bottle trees in from.
Mm-hmm.
At least two because um they spoke on it. One had all the years in the bottles, and they actually took some out. And Jade made a comment about this isn't the one earlier. Oh man, I gotta go back to the episode to watch. I have to like rewatch to tell you the episode where he was like he makes a comment that this isn't the same one. And then Henry, but there's a bottle tree in the real world, and then he sees it and he's like, oh, but Henry's there. Can Henry replicate another bottle tree?
I think Tabitha is the one who
I
should
was gonna
replicate the bottle
say,
tree.
yeah, it's
Mm,
whoever. It would have to be like a combination because whoever can remember the dates too,
Oh
if
yeah.
that makes sense. Because you got to be able to put the date back up. Like remember all those dates that Jade had written down.
yeah, that's yikes. Mm, okay, all right. Um, Last question. Season 5 predictions, and this is not really, this is very, open forum in this sense. Season 5 predictions. We open the show starting with Kira, so this time we're gonna go with Dora,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna move you to the big boy box.
Mm-hmm.
Season 5 predictions, things that you say we should put our money on, hang our hat on.
Oddly enough, I think Elgin is gonna have to be brought back, just like the big girl probably was brought back. It was probably a resurrection dead thing. Like she used his body to open something, so he might be back, honestly. I don't know. I feel like they like because they always talk about you never really die anyway. So would Elgin really be dead in this instance? Um, we're gonna find out who Blue Shirt is, obviously. Um,
Hmm.
and what her deal was. Um, I definitely predict Christy being down for at least 3 episodes. That's a 3 episode pain, I feel. And then maybe we'll get their backstory. I hope we get their backstory. Um, let me think.
Hmm.
I hope Ethan dies and not Victor. If they
Chill
have to
out.
choose a child, if they have to choose a child, kill Ethan. Ethan can go. Um, let me think. I don't think Boyd's gonna make it
Damn.
through the season. I don't know. It's looking a little iffy with how shaky he is. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think we'll definitely see Fatima helping them a little bit more, but like I said, close your eyes when you're helping Fatima because everyone else, the other monsters can see around you. At least we know that. At least one can see. What else? I think that's all I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna need a third person now that's gonna be trapped because we have Muriel Randall and Julie, and we never really even found out what Muriel did, if that makes sense. Like, what did she see? Randall, we know what had was going on with him. He was helping out Julie, so that's why they kidnapped him and did all that stuff. So we know he's an important story, part of the story with Julie. But why did Muriel? What was the point of Muriel being trapped then? Um, dang, I don't know. That's all I can think of right now.
Okay.
Honestly,
Fair enough.
I
Fair
think
enough.
that's all I got for now.
Uh, Here we go. I have to pose the question to you. Season 5, what things do you think we should hang our hat on? What things are you looking forward to? Predictions, what do you got?
I think we're going to see the first instance of the town not replacing the people who die.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are going to see a brand new monster in Fatima.
Mm,
Um,
interesting.
I I had a couple more things about. So we are gonna see the other side of the Julie story walk when she goes to save Jem. And I think that's gonna happen sooner rather than later because I think all this stuff is gonna like give her what she needs, I guess, to believe in it again so she can try it again. Because we know she's gonna try it again. Um,
Last thoughts. Is she
It's your
frozen?
turn now. It's your
Oh,
turn now.
I think she's
No,
frozen.
she looked
Alice is gonna die.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what happened?
Oh wait, what's the last thing you heard me say?
You got frozen. No, I told you she was frozen.
No.
Uh, dang. Hold on, let me go back in a split second.
Okay,
No,
wait.
I said that it was your turn, Jerry, because I think she was. I think for the most part she
No,
was
she was
done,
saying what's
right?
the last. So go over yours real
No, it
quick.
depends on what you heard me say because
Yeah,
I said
she
a
got
bunch of
frozen for about
stuff.
40 seconds.
All right, let me just start over. What did I say? I said we're gonna see the first instance of the town not replacing people. Like we know two
Mhm.
people died, so we should be expecting two people to come in. But
The Fatima monster.
I mean, first of all, they never replaced Roger.
There's a lot of people
Actually,
who are not replaced. Frank
No,
wasn't replaced. Megan wasn't replaced. His wife wasn't replaced.
no, all those people were replaced eventually. Um, okay, wait. Let me not get off track. Not replacing people. Fatima. Oh, a new monster in Fatima.
Mhm.
Um, damn it. What else did I say? I said Randall was gonna die. Julie was
Damn.
gonna die.
Damn.
One of the two originals is gonna die. Probably Tabitha, only because I don't want Jade to die. Oh,
and Tabitha has to die. Technically, Tabitha. I think Tabitha has to die, whether her child dies or not.
oh,
Honestly,
Henry's for sure gonna die. Donna's gonna make it. Boyd better make it. I think Kenny could go either way. I think Christy is gonna make it. I think Ethan is gonna make it. I think Victor could go either way. I think like maybe five people will figure out how to leave.
Damn. Figure out how to leave. Okay.
Because I have this theory about Boyd's boat and the Lake of Tears somehow being the way out.
Mm. Oh man. Oh man. That's so. Ah, there's a lot to unpack there. A lot to unpack there.
no, it's your turn. It's you.
Yeah. So a couple things I would like people to watch out for. One, Acosta. Boyd already directly told her, you remind me of someone, and Boyd being the main character. Will he end up sacrificing herself for Acosta, thinking that she fills this Abby like role, which is his wife? Two, the Jade Tabitha, one of them has to go. We already learned that Tabitha always gets worse than whatever Jade got. Jade's never been killed by monsters. It's always the town people killing him, but Tabitha gets it worse. So, what is worse, right? And when does that happen? I feel like even the end ritual is going to end up with them having to sacrifice themselves or lose their lives to get other people home. So I do think Jade and Tabitha will not go back to Earth as we know it, whatever dimension,
I
whatever.
don't think it's not in the cards for them. Like, I don't think they ever get to go back
No,
to the
yeah, I
real
don't
world
think they can ever go
happily.
back. Because and I think also the game will even win, lose, or draw, based off what the man in yellow and the boy in white were saying, you're not going to win this time. Meaning, there is no way to beat it. It's just, can you get home or not? If you get home, cool. We'll wait for the next cycle and we'll do it again.
Mhm.
It did
And so I
seem like
think
even
that
if sorry.
that's a thing that uh that should be explored as we watch. Um but I do think Jade Tabitha, they don't make it. I also think Ellis is going to end up trying to stick around, and he may sacrifice himself. Ellis is going to die because he lost Fatima. He lost his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and she is in the town. He may also convert himself to a monster so he can spend eternity with his wife. Um, as Dora has pointed out so many times, Ellis is such a great husband. He gonna stay behind.
Perfect. Some
Yeah,
might say,
he gonna become a
honestly.
monster. He gonna do all that. Too. And I
He's
think
smashing though. That's all that matters because he
I think
loves her.
you have that point, Kira, where you talked about Fatima having this ability to do things the other monsters can't. Very much like that movie Underworld, right? Where Lucian was
Mm-hmm.
the first werewolf who could. He was born of a werewolf, but he was born during the time. He was the first werewolf that could change back and forth, and then
Mm-hmm.
the vampires used him to make a plethora of people who could guard them, right? So, but they were werewolves, and I think there's a similarity to that in this, where Fatima is going to come out of the cave at some point and talk to them and be like,
Mm-hmm.
"What?" And they're like, Ellis is gonna want to like hug her with open arms and be like, "Whatever," and boys gonna be like, "Oh, the town," and then you have to explain it to the town. Fatima is not like us anymore, So now Fatima can't leave. How does that impact Boyd, Ellis, and that whole stable of people? So we'll see come season 5. I would definitely love to do another recap, another prediction video, and as promised, next week is going to be the first episode, Sunday at 9 o'clock, of The Walking Dead versus From. It's going to be
What?
yeah, it's gonna be it's definitely it's gonna be a debate. I could definitely give you some clues because I didn't want to do it live. I might do it live just to get some feedback a little bit, and then do the other ones pre-recorded or mix and match a little bit of it. Yeah, I'm an Alice. Yeah, Daywalker, potentially, possibly. Fatima could be that. But yeah, next week is because there's no more From until we find out. But I did see that it said this that season 5 is in early development. Y'all may have more information than I have on it.
Going off of last year, and I'm seeing very similar patterns to last year. Boyd is in Nova Scotia already.
Yeah, because I remember he said that he was recording even though he was doing that Ronda Rousey film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Ronda Rousey is garbage, but shout out to Harold Perrineau. But yeah, no, he had said he was already recording. They were already recording season 5. I think is what he said in his caption to her or whatever it was. You were fooled, Adam. No, we wish it was out in 30 minutes.
I
That would have
kept
been
trying to
nice to
tell
get an
people don't
extra
believe
30.
that hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, I'll ask you that off of camera, actually. I'll ask you that off of camera.
Well, I don't have any last save rounds or any tidbits or anything relating to From or not. Something else.
I do. John Griffin said, go back to season 1, episode 1 if you want the answers. So what did I do for the 20th time? I went back to season 1, episode 1 yesterday. And I live tweeted it just to kind of remember my thoughts on things I may have noticed that I didn't notice before.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Ethan jumped up on the tree, the crows came. He jumped up on the tree. As soon as he started to walk across it, the crows came. And I thought that was very interesting.
It's very interesting that you say that because the crows have only really surrounded themselves with the man in yellow. Anytime when they found the suit, when they spoke of him and they popped in, and also Tilly with the tarot cards, which maybe Tilly was a spy. But
my girl Tilly was definitely a spy for sure.
You go back,
no way Tilly wasn't a spy.
We gotta look at Clara now and where the bike is. Remember, her mode of transportation was the bike.
Mm-hmm.
and everything about that. Because there's another scene where Jade goes into the caves, and as he goes into the caves, the bike is sitting outside of the caves. We don't even think nothing of it at the time if we're watching it in real time. Now you go back and wait a second. So Clara is on. Clara says in episode I think 2, "That's my bike.
Could
That's my
Clara
bike."
also be a monster that switches
No,
like
I
back
think
and forth?
Clara, because she's associated to the man in yellow, the monsters won't touch her because they know,
Mm.
like, hey, dog,
She doing a thing right now. Yeah, she's doing a thing right now
yeah,
for this guy. We
yeah.
gotta leave her
She's
alone.
under the
Yeah.
protection of the man in yellow.
I
That's why she
also,
takes that thing to the eye from the radio tower, and
I'm
they
still
focus in on it.
not fully convinced that the monsters and the man in yellow work together.
I don't, yeah, I'm
Ooh.
not either. I don't feel that way either after seeing how they operate. Because why would the man in yellow want Fatima after giving birth to become a monster too? Like that just the timeline. That
Well,
one
it's not
doesn't
that
make
he wants
sense.
her specifically. I don't think he care less. I think ultimately it may be a thing where he takes a new person every season, whether through pregnancy or whether through some other means, bargains. Who knows?
I feel like this group has done a lot of firsts, and I know that we assume a lot as a fandom, but I think we can assume that this is the first time someone's just turned into a. This is the first time someone killed a monster. First time someone birthed a monster, and then probably the first time someone turned into a monster that wasn't supposed to.
Well, this
Yes.
too. Don't forget this. Last cycle, Victor's cycle. Here's what's funny. Victor's last cycle didn't have talismans.
Hmm.
No,
They
it
didn't have
didn't. It wasn't until
The
Boyd,
whole
for
cycle.
sure.
the
Yep.
whole
Well,
cycle.
they were saying that in the tray or in the truck that Victor's in, he's drawn the like he drew the design of like what is it the talisman, and they're thinking that may be why he was able to stay alive. And also I guess because he has the drawing of the roots of from like how we see it when they look up, that
Mhm.
he has a drawing of that also right by the door.
I don't know. I don't know if the boy in white hit him there as well, potentially. But the reason why I
He
say
took
that is
him there
because
for
when
peaches.
Boyd found it, they were talking about the peaches and all that, and that means he had to eat 40 years of peaches.
Peaches. Yep.
He ate 40 years of peach dog.
I know he got diabetes.
So here's the thing
We need
also.
to cut them feet off. Sorry.
We keep
Uh-uh.
assuming that the town is evil itself, or a lot of, like, I know I have on occasion felt like the town itself was evil. But then I think about like that truck wouldn't have lasted for 40 years. And then even after the 40 years or whatever, there were still peaches, basically until the Matthews family came and threw a wrench in the plans. But
And
like,
that's when everything got taken away again by the
right.
town, basically.
But the town was giving them what they needed: electricity, water, food.
Mm.
No bills.
Well, also too, they had a lot of comfort, right? Because in the first episode, prior to the death of Megan and the mom, they said there were 96 days without incident, which is
Hmm.
over 3 months. And they're at a point where they were flying high. They were like, hey. And I think Patty, because we never saw Patty didn't get off that bus. So Patty was there pre-existing.
Hmm.
And the reason why
And
I bring
Patty
up
was
Patty,
besties with the guy that they Boyd was like, who's this? That's
Rodney,
what
yeah.
they were
So
besties.
what I see y'all. Um, so with that being said, so certain people going in season 5 with no talisman, I think are a distinct advantage. Donna and whoever teams with Donna, watch out. That's the we're gonna survive group. Whoever teams
Do
with, like, I don't know, I don't want to say boy, but let's say Kenny, people who weren't there pre-existing, where they had. Remember when Boy got there, he was like, "We got to switch things up a bit. We got to dig some more things, so this way we keep them guessing." Right? They weren't even doing that. They had pre-dug holes, and they just hide every night. That's it.
Every night they were hiding for sure.
And Victor survived that for 40 years.
And then you couldn't go to sleep at night because you, like, as an individual, don't really know if you snore or not. And then if you do, you're going to get everybody in your hiding spot killed.
Yeah, you got to have that CPAP with you. See, and the best part about the CPAP, you ain't got to plug. You just plug it right into the dirt in Frontville, and it just gets a charge. It just happens to be. They don't know where the electricity comes from. No one cares. We're done with that, right? You put that. You talk like Bang, and I got one upstairs. I'm gonna put the mine on tonight. Perhaps they were wondering why they would throw a man out of a plane. Like that's how we're gonna talk after tonight. You know what I mean? Like it's all
Not your Bane. Shut up.
yeah. My Bane is I think my Bane is pretty good. I if I came to Frontville, I would talk like I was Bane. I just want to see the. I just want to see the sheriff.
But of all voices, they're gonna
Perhaps,
be like, you can go back in the forest and just keep
but they wouldn't know
walking.
my real voice. They would never hear this. They would just hear like, perhaps the monsters would like to come out during the day.
It would slip. You would slip. You can't hold that forever. Like,
I would
no,
bring
you
them
know you can't
TikTok
hold that
videos.
forever.
I would try to get Julie. No knock on Jim. I would try to get Jim's wife to twerk. Like that's what we got to make TikTok videos. We got to get past this for the monsters. Put it up in the window.
You're gonna make Tabitha twerk. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Do y'all
What about
think
Donna?
that the town knows ahead of time who's going to get caught by the tree? Because the Matthews family came in as a family, but the dad hadn't died yet. He didn't die until after they got there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if Henry and like if they were even supposed to be there. Like, I don't think Henry and Jim were actually supposed to be in Fromville. I think it was always supposed to be Tabitha finds her man in another man, but she has her kids. Like, she always brings some kids, even if they're not him, because they probably will allow them to come back together. Because they would remember stuff. Honestly, if they were together, married outside of this world, at some point, it would have hit them again. Like, hey, I think I knew you 100,000 years ago, maybe, but I'm not too sure.
I think with the man in yellow, and I'm just going to answer this little tidbit point a little bit. There's a part where we see the man in yellow and he transforms. So I have to ask you this: do you think, since we know that he can only take the form of those that have died there, in season 5 we see the man in yellow take a new shape because Sophia has walked around freely and aimlessly in penny loafers, and nobody has said anything.
Look, that's all they had left. Okay, 3 sizes too big. Okay, 3
Those
sizes
penny
too big.
loafers. When I watch her walk up, like it's business. Like, oh my gosh, man, pure business when she walks up. And I hate her character, but she plays it to the T. She does a phenomenal job. I think her name is Julianne Doyle. She is, but I just think she's a phenomenal person. I also think that season 5, a couple things that I would also watch for is the people that are not the mains, right? Because Clara was not a main, and Clara played a very big role. Batica, look for Batica to do some sort of step up, some sort of like she was the driver who got people into the town. Maybe she's the one who drives them out of the town. She also knew the nursery rhyme, and she was like, my grandmother used to sing that blah 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 when they were trying to figure out stuff with Tilly and stuff back then. So she's also took over Kenny's mom Tian Chin's spot at the diner. So expect her to have a enlarged role. And I'm hoping, my hope, this is just me, the episodes go to 55 minutes because there's a lot to unpack
Mm.
for season
Get us
5.
the whole
And they
60,
said
please.
we're
The whole
getting
60.
all answers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
I'm gonna need him to be like 75 minutes at this point.
10 episodes of 75 minutes a pop. We no complaints here.
Mini movies all season.
100%. I'm with it. All right.
I don't know. The answers is gonna be something simple.
That we don't even, yeah, that we missed.
Well, I think it's gonna go back to, remember in season 1, they were on the RV. Go back to that conversation Julie and Ethan had when he's got the finger
Mm-hmm.
puppets and the cromanicle and they're talking about that stuff. I think there's a lot to digest there. 2, is Ethan been, what was the movie? The Sixth Sense. Dude was dead the whole time and didn't know it. Has Ethan been dead this whole time?
That's what I've been telling y'all since episode 1, that Ethan
He
has been
did.
dead
He
this whole
did. Like
time.
Ethan
I'm
died.
telling you.
He had a seizure and everything, and seizures are not common. They affect
Which
certain
could make
people.
sense why they're still trying to kill Victor, because he's already been dead, but in the wrong way. Because he didn't die the way that they needed you to. And Victor can still get killed by getting killed by his daddy. You
Yeah.
know, like Ethan,
Well,
if he's
Ethan
already
died
died,
by
if
his
he
parents
died from
because
that, yeah.
it was Ethan died by his parents via car accident. His dad and mom were in the front seat. They were operating the vehicle. So
No, but I think it's like what she said, like you have to do it a certain type of way. It has to be the ritual way, or else it's just a waste of whatever moment that was,
right.
basically.
I mean, I agree with you.
Okay, I'm back.
Mm.
Wait, you said something and I needed to say something. What was it? Oh,
Uh
why would they tell Sarah to kill an already dead person?
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Ooh, kill the
Maybe because
boy.
they needed him. I don't know. They might need
Maybe
him
it was
out
the
the
wrong
way.
boy.
Oh, that could be a thing too. But then why?
Maybe they had the wrong boy. Maybe they meant Victor and she was looking at Ethan. And she tried to
Yeah,
kill
but
Ethan.
then
That's why it
they
didn't
were
work.
like talking to her in her head too after they said kill the boy or whatever, like, and she was trying to resist. They started talking to her in her head. So I felt like they made it clear which boy they wanted her to kill.
Because I feel
Tables,
like
ladders,
the
and steel. They
accidental death of her brother is what changed her. Like her hope in Fromville was like, oh, my real hope was
Mhm.
only to get my brother and me out of here. Now it's just me. Like, what would be the point? So it's more like she lost the drive to listen to Fromville. Like she just completely spiraled and went
Mhm.
away, compared to like others who keep fighting and keep going. Like the game just ended with Sarah. Like it just wasn't fun anymore, kind of thing. Because they love playing games. So,
Well, yeah, it's not like she's never, ever since all that stuff happened, she's never come forward like, "Oh yeah, let's do this to get home. Let's do that to get home." Everything
hmm
she's done has been like, "I'm not letting Boyd do that."
hmm
tables,
You
ladders,
know,
and
it's like
steel. There is an end. They said season 5 is the last season, and all answers will be answered. So what we saw in season 4, we got 10 episodes to get through all these answers, and that's it. There's no season 6.
and
oh,
this
they
is
got to do
how it
hour and a
was
half episodes then. Because goodness
this is
gracious.
actually how it was all meant to be. So no, to the people in the back, the writers are not confused. The writers aren't trying to
hmm
scam us.
Mm.
How does that even make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
scam what exactly?
nothing is happening right now that wasn't planned to happen 4 or 5 years ago. Like, this is everything that's happening was supposed to happen from the beginning.
hmm
Mm. I agree. I agree, and I just didn't know how it would play out when you watch it in real time. But it's like, man,
Hmm.
these writers, they definitely have an end goal, and you can see it if you're really paying attention. You can see it playing out. You're like, okay, I got you. But before we get up out of here, let us know where we can reach y'all at. where we can find you, what you got going on, any shout outs or anything like that, and then we go ahead and get up out of here. We'll start with our guest, Boyd's Protector, aka Kira, aka Fans of Fromly two.
Hmm.
Make sure you hit that two.
Connie Dixon for Life is my personal account on Twitter. Fans of From 2 is the Fromly account. And then Fans of From on Blue Sky, Fans of From on Instagram, Fans of From on Threads. Um, I am Boyd and Kira Lawrence on Facebook. I'm all over the place. Um, in the future, now that From is over, I am actually looking to start an audio podcast
Okay.
to start from season 1, episode 1, and do a thorough, in-depth, serious breakdown of every episode, hopefully joined by the two people with me plus my husband. They
Is he
Salute.
there? Say hi. Hey, friend. Hey.
want you to say
Oh
hi.
yeah, he's there. He's like
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh,
Hi.
don't hide
Salute,
the
salute,
blood. Oh my gosh, not while he was hitting the blood, friend.
Sorry.
salute, salute, salute.
He was like, mm. Proud of him,
We're gonna
proud of
go.
him. He moved that quick.
We're gonna go ahead and switch it to D the Machine, aka Dora, not the Explorer.
No, I mean, I don't got nothing as of right now going on, I guess. We'll see you all when From comes back. Um, I don't know. I guess I'll still hop around on wrestling podcasts, but that's pretty much think I'm done, probably for the year.
You said you
Unless
was gonna
like,
be on my audio podcast, woman.
I mean, I'll do that too. Obviously, yes, I'll do that when I'm invited, look for me on that. I thought that was
Mm.
announced already. But yeah, no, pretty much, yeah, wherever you see me with these two right here, you'll see me again. Maybe some wrestling related stuff, but honestly, I don't know. My birthday's next month. I probably won't be doing much until August. So yeah.
Mm.
Jerry,
Salute,
where can we find you?
salute. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on between this and the college courses and all that stuff. But Attitude Era podcast. Typically we're going live on Mondays and Fridays. We also do a show on Wednesday night called the Wednesday Night Wars. A lot of people said, "Oh, it's been a lot of strenuous activities going on." Knicks won the championship. That put us.
Nixon 5.
Let's not forget 2026 NBA. I don't care what happens the rest of life. 2026, Knicks win the championship. That's all that matters. But yeah, and we're looking forward to season 5. Also, go ahead and tune in next week, 9 o'clock. We have From versus The Walking Dead. It's going to be insane. Make sure you're around for it. Episode 1, it'll be a series. You'll see different matchups. You'll see the wives of the main characters, the wives of the sheriff. You know what I'm saying? You might see the sons of the sheriff. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You might see some of the women of the badass women of the group. You know what I mean? So there's definitely things for your taste. Love to have you in. Let's keep this Sunday 9 o'clock tonight. We changed it a little bit. This way, got people into the tweet and got people interactive. But yeah, Sunday 9 o'clock is typically where you can find us. Attitude Era Mondays and Fridays after wrestling concludes, and that is about it for me.
Wait, I forgot something.
Oh yeah, we can get you back.
I'm gonna say it on air so everyone can hear it. The plans for Camp 2027 are in motion.
Oh, I'm buying a ticket.
It is always Memorial Day weekend, so you don't have to wonder what the date is.
Mm, mm.
And
It will be in Georgia again.
We will be in Georgia
I'm
again.
buying a ticket. I need to. I ticket is bought. Just
The
consider. I
only
will
tip,
not miss
don't
this.
smoke by the buildings, okay? Don't smoke cigarettes by the buildings. That's my only suggestion. I never seen no smoking signs get put up so quickly at a
So
hotel like
fast.
that.
Oh my
So
God.
Memorial Day weekend 20. I don't know where it's at. I don't care where it's at. You said it's in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
same place.
Yep. Same place.
I'll be out there for sure. But that about brings us to time. Check out, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So this way, when we go live or we drop content, you get the first notification. You know when we're on. You can go ahead and support us that way. Make sure you stop by fans of from two. Make sure it says two. If it doesn't say two, we don't want you because that is something else.
Yeah.
But two, we're on point for that. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell on the X page for that. A lot of very interesting scoops, information as he just revealed. The camp being next Memorial Day in Georgia. So yeah, definitely go there. And until next time, I mean, I don't have anything else. Do y'all anyone have anything else? Last fumes. No? All right.
Muriel didn't deserve that.
Mariel didn't deserve that. But
Yeah.
one thing I think we can all agree on, and I don't know how it didn't happen, but what should have happened, boy, you got to handle this situation in season 5. Y'all don't got no
We
talismans.
need Patty out of here. Just get her,
Patty
leave her at the
deserves to
house,
go.
leave her somewhere.
I can't believe
That
she
should have
really
happened.
survived.
Unfortunately, it didn't. But yeah, check us out next Sunday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll do From versus The Walking Dead. But until next time, we will see y'all. Hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and we will see y'all next week. Have a safe week. Peace. Boyd.